Okay, so Anthony, pleasure meeting you.
Nice to see you, Drew.
Yeah. It's been a few years that we've known each other.
Yeah, for sure.
I think my kids were probably 5 years old. They're 19 now.
Wow.
So it's been about 15 years, somewhere around there. I think you came to a business networking meeting that I was running.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was based on a BNI kind of a thing.
Right.
I see you're a member of the TIF.
Yeah. It's in Princeton, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm here at Pinto Automotive Group, and the number here is 609-273-5100. And Anthony is the owner of the business. We're located, what's the address here?
1018 Brunswick Avenue.
1018 Brunswick Avenue, okay, great. And is this Lawrenceville or Trenton?
Trenton.
This is Trenton,
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure because it's so close to
Yeah,
the border.
Lawrenceville's across the street.
Yeah. And I've probably driven past your place so many times, but
Yeah.
focused on the road and never really.
A lot of people do. It's the low end of Route 1 and it's right after the Brunswick Circle. So.
And there's so much going on with the traffic here.
Yeah, of
so,
course, sure.
I've gone to the guy across the street that does the screens up the road.
Oh, okay.
It's like he's like the place to go to get screens done. It's
Oh,
fun.
yeah. Interesting, yeah.
So, what's the email address if somebody wanted to email you here?
The best email address is awpinto5100@gmail.com.
So, like your phone number.
Yeah.
awpinto5100. All right, great. Now, let's see. Is there another thing? All right, so we covered the used car thing. You strictly used cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess
We call it pre-owned and pre-loved.
pre-owned and pre-loved. All right, nice. How long have you been doing this?
28 years.
28 years. So since you were 5?
Not exactly.
Were you born into the business or?
No. I started detailing cars here. Cleaning them up, detailing them, and then I started selling a couple out front. Got in trouble for that because I didn't have the license to do that. So I went down to City Hall and got a variance and went through the whole process of getting a used car dealership license.
Nice. So where are you originally from?
Mercer County.
Yeah?
Hamilton.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're a local guy.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
Few
good.
people.
And so that you kind of cover that. How you decided to open the business was basically from detailing cars. Now, do you rent this space or do you own it?
No, I own it.
You own it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So at the time.
At the time I was renting it, I opened it up as a detailing shop, and then essentially, cars are my passion, so I wanted to turn my passion into profit, and began, stayed with the detailing and continued with selling some cars here and there, and then went on to do a lot of wholesaling at the auction, and now I have both. I have a wholesale division and a retail division of what we do here.
How's the wholesale thing work?
Basically, certain cars that I take that I don't want to keep here on the lot, different price points, different kind of cars, sometimes do better at the auction. So I essentially bring them to the auction every week and register them, and they run through the auction, and other dealers buy them. If I have a newer Honda Accord, for example, it's probably too new for this place here, because I'm a smaller independent local place. Usually a Honda store will buy that and pay up for it, and pay a little bit more than I would sell it for here.
Great. All right, so you covered how you got started, how you chose the profession, what drives you to be here. Yeah, so a little bit more. So you said you have a passion for cars.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
Well, as cleaning them was a thing for me to get through college. So, I used to detail cars out of my parents' house, and then I bought this place before I was going to go on to a 4-year college. I ended up succeeding with that, and then essentially growing a passion toward the cars I was detailing, and then wanted to start selling them. So I started researching, the best cars to buy and sell, the best cars that'll hold their value and maintain value over time. And the cars that won't break down and cause people problems. So did a lot of research on that and turned it into something that became a passion of mine, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess that's good business to say, selling cars that don't break down a lot, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, they're mechanical items. We do our best to have them checked out. I have a mechanic go over them to do my own little certification on them. And then, I sleep at night. I have a couple of warranty programs in place. We have a Drive America program that essentially gives somebody 6 months of 24-hour roadside assistance, a lockout service. It takes care of wiper blades, brake pads, a battery if needed, and that's at no cost to the customer. It's just something we offer to each and every vehicle we sell.
That's cool. That's common things that happen to.
Yeah, they are.
They
are, for sure.
What surprised you most about owning this business?
The lessons I've learned over time. Because it's one thing to get into business, whether it be the car business or real estate or investing, but when you put your own money up, we're all human. We make mistakes, so sometimes those mistakes cost a little bit more money than we anticipate, and I've learned from them. So, that's a couple of them have been surprises for me.
I'm sure. There's no accounting for taste, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Some people just buy emotionally.
Yeah.
Some people are really pragmatic.
Yeah.
Do you have the husband and wife thing sometimes come in where the good cop, bad cop?
Oh, of course, yeah. And honestly, our goal here is to put somebody in a car that is a match for them, not just to put them in a car for a payment that they need. It's to have a car make sense for them. We're not going to put a family of 4 in a 2-door Jeep. We want them to look at, okay, what are the needs here? What are the values that they have in place for their kids? Are their kids going to be growing, taller and bigger, so they need a bigger vehicle. So we try to kind of place people in the right vehicle for themselves, and affordability too. We don't want them to be getting into a vehicle they can't afford and pay too much for it.
Yeah. So what's something that most people don't know about this business?
A lot of people have this perception that, in the car business, there's so much money being made on vehicles, when in this case anymore, it's not really true. When I go to the auction, I buy a car, I'm bidding against, 10 other guys looking for the same merchandise, so it goes to the highest bidder. So, if a car is worth $10,000 retail on the lot, there are times when I would pay up to probably $9,000 just to get that car, because I've done my homework on it. It's, a really clean vehicle. It's been really well taken care of. And that's the kind of merchandise I want on my lot to avoid headaches in the future. So, we spend a little bit more money for the nicer cars. So the profit margins aren't always there. So we bank on volume. Somebody referring us to a family member or a friend. Hey, so-and-so needs a car. And they send them in, and, that's how we build the profits and the volume, through volume instead of per vehicle.
That's great. What would customers say they love about your business the most?
Just the difference in cars. I get all the time, I drove by your place, or I walked past your place, or I see on your website you got this car, this new car, and it looks so clean and it looks really well taken care of. And it's kind of like a mini car show every so often when people come through here. I have a lot of local neighbors that stop in and they say, "Oh my God, I saw that cargo van, but it's gone already. What happened?" Well, it's sold. So it's one of those things that.
Is that the one you just pulled off the street when you pulled up?
Yeah. I have a couple people interested in it. So
that's good. All right. What are some? I love this question because every business has its thing. What are some of the oddest requests you've had from clients?
Do I install interlock mechanisms in the vehicles? So like if somebody was in trouble for a DUI, am I able to add in this device and have it financed with the vehicle?
Oh wow.
So they can blow into the device to drive the car. That was one thing. Can I have the windows tinted on the car and get special wheels for the car and add that into the financing? So we have a couple of odd requests sometimes.
So nobody's asked you for like bulletproof
glass? No, not really.
So, do you have staff?
Not really. I have one. My son's here part-time when he's not in school, and then I have one manager that kind of helps out with some financing and getting the cars to and from specific places.
You do your own financing, or you?
Yeah, we have. We're partnered with a really great credit union here in Hamilton. It's called Ultra Federal Credit Union, And they do a lot of our financing for our clients and are able to secure really great rates for our customers.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
So over the next year, do you have any goals for the business, or for yourself, for that matter?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always striving to get, better, better presence here, more of a fan base of people that I deal with. We've been in business for 28 years. I do have some repeat business, some customers that are having their kids start driving now. So they love coming to see what I have, and my goal is to keep providing the best product, really the best vehicle I could have on this lot. For every 10 cars I look at, and I share this with people, for every 10 cars I look at the auction, I might buy one. For every 3 cars I buy from the auction, one of them always goes back, because it's just, I do my best to look at the vehicles, but sometimes I make mistakes too. I'm human, and but it's something that I don't want to resell. It's something that I just bring back through the auction and just get rid of it and keep the prime vehicles.
The stuff that's not going to give you your customers problems. Affect your reputation.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
So you mentioned before we started that you wanted to get your son on a surfboard.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Just figured I'd throw it out there. Anytime you want to come down and try out some surfboards,
Sure.
like I said, we got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, great.
So be glad to help you with that.
That'd be perfect. We'd love that.
What are the greatest challenges in this business?
Probably finding the right inventory, finding that car that I want on this lot. I mean, we're a small lot. We carry about 25 cars, and it's the magic of finding one of those 25 cars on a consistent basis that I really want to fall in love with, make sure that they're a great car. And I have this theory that I would get in any one of my cars and drive it to dinner, or drive it across the state, because they're all good, clean cars. They've been vetted by me personally and have been checked out by my mechanic. And I have the utmost amount of confidence in them. And sometimes when I get a car in, if it needs brakes or certain things, I do everything there is to do to it to make sure that it's 100%. So a lot of other dealers don't take that on, but it's something I have a vested interest in doing on a regular basis.
So a big part of the website where this is going to be posted is kind of neighborhood related, so Robbinsville, Hamilton, Allentown. If there's something that you could think about that attracted you. I mean, you grew up around here, so obviously that was one thing that got you started in this area. But you stayed, so you haven't relocated. So there must be something about this area that keeps you here.
Yeah, I think it's the family atmosphere. I think it's the amount of loyalty that my customers have with myself and with their families. My son goes to school in Allentown. He's in high school. He's in 11th grade. It's a great community, and I love a community-based area. I feel like there's some loyalty here, some family values that I really respect and admire, and I love the area. That's cool.
Have you witnessed any significant changes in the area since you've been here?
That's a good question.
Or if there's anything you'd like to see change or improve?
Look, I could go the political route, but that opens up a whole nother can of worms. Honestly, I just like to see, I love the idea of people shopping locally and shopping small businesses. I feel that those small businesses have their clients and customers in mind, their best interest in mind on a regular basis. So I think that's the biggest key. There are a lot of small businesses here in the Mercer County area that, aren't exposed enough. There are like fabulous restaurants. There's fabulous, other car places. There's great places that have great mechanics too. So there's that shopping local mentality that I think a lot of people are into, and I think that can grow also.
Well, and to thread the needle on the political stuff. I was upset when COVID closed everything down, all the small businesses. So
yeah, sure.
That's a big deal for me to keep small businesses open.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. All right, so here's a fun one, more personal here. So, what is something about you that most people don't know?
I'm very much into personal development. I've done a lot of work with Tony Robbins, a lot of seminars that I've participated in and have taught at, and it's mainly circled around how to take your life to the next level. What specific strategies can you put in place to, increase your finances, have an amazing relationship, your health, your fitness. How do we accomplish, just creating a better you, creating a compelling future for yourself.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now we covered shopping local, but you said something just a second ago though that just popped in and out of my head. Anthony Robbins.
Mm-hmm.
So have you seen the interview he did with the AI, Sophia?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good interview.
Yeah, he did that at one of the events we were at, actually. Yeah, there was like a separate room that he did that in. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was something. I love the way he, got deep philosophical with her,
Mm-hmm.
and how she responded to that.
Oh yeah,
it's really pretty incredible.
Yeah,
and that technology, I think that interview was probably 5 years old by now.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine what she's capable of now.
Oh yeah. I haven't heard much about it since then, but
they probably don't want to freak us all out.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. So all right. So what are some highlights that you've had in your life so far?
Highlights. Every day's a highlight, honestly. Good, better, and different. I have this theory: every day above ground is a great day. So it seems like time's flying by anymore. And I'm watching my son grow up. He's already in 11th grade. My highlight is him. And I recently got engaged, so I'm preparing to get remarried again. My fiance is a principal in the local area, and she has 2 amazing kids. So it's just, every day is a new blessing, really. And I use this business as a vehicle to help accent, certain parts of life.
Yeah, that's great. I actually have something in my calendar every morning that reminds me to be, every morning and every night reminds me to be grateful for something, or look for something great that's going to happen today. And it's interesting because if you wake up every morning and say something amazing is going to happen today, and you keep your antenna, open for that amazing thing, you will see something amazing every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure you've heard this, like if you buy a new car and then you see everybody driving your car.
Sure, yeah.
It's the same idea. If you open your mind to it, you will find it.
Yeah, focus goes where energy flows. And that's what we talk about it all the time in our seminars, that, if you trade your expectations for appreciation on a daily basis, your life will begin to change and shift.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
So I'm also engaged recently.
Oh, nice.
My fiance has 3 boys.
Oh, wow.
And my boys just attended Rider yesterday for the first day.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow.
So lots of things going on.
Wow, that's awesome.
You probably haven't seen them. Did you see them last year when they were?
I did.
Dylan was getting that car.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So this is always a tough one. Lowest lows you've had so far in your life, and what got you through it?
Well, it's interesting. A couple years ago, I had a stroke, and that stunned me. Didn't know where it came from. It was to my optic nerve, and caused some paralysis in my face, and I ended up at the hospital. And I think what got me through it is just having a positive mindset, knowing that this is temporary, and we have great doctors here that will figure it out. I'll get some physical therapy and other therapies to get out of this hospital by 5 o'clock on Friday and make it to happy hour. And my happy hour was my time of picking up my son and going to Starbucks. So it's those little things in life that show up unexpectedly that cause you to kind of step back and say what's most important to me in life, and readjust and realign along the way.
That's it's scary when I hear of these different neurological things going on these days, and I can't help but wonder. And you don't have to answer this question because I don't believe in people's medical questions, but I think to myself, all the things that are going on with people being injured by vaccines these days.
Yeah.
And it's just like now there's this turbo cancer thing that they're talking about that we're apparently the whether you got COVID or the vaccine really doesn't matter because they both do something to your body that seems to be causing people's cancer to grow rapidly.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting stuff going on these days.
Yeah, I think that's one thing of importance is to start really looking at our own health and how do we take care of our own bodies and supplement accordingly and, be into that. I mean, I just celebrated my 51st birthday in July, but my goal is to celebrate another 50 years ahead because ideally, if we take care of ourselves, we should with today's technology and everything that's out there in stem cell research, we should probably live till we're about 100 or 110. It's not for everyone, but I have a pretty exciting life and I want to live as long as possible.
That's cool. Can you give me a memorable customer experience?
Yeah, I have some pretty. It's funny because there have been times when I want to get my own YouTube channel because sometimes I have people show up in the craziest outfits. They just show up with their multicolored slippers with like these big sunglasses and big hair, and it's funny. It's their own style. So one of the things I do appreciate about my location here is that there's a multitude of different clientele that we have. We have the people that come down from Maine and Connecticut to buy a pickup truck, and then we have the local people from Trenton who come in with their own ways of style and hairdos and dress codes, and it's really cool. It's fun. It provides a lot of diversity, so I enjoy it.
All right, I'm going to skip a couple questions here because you kind of ran through some of these, I think, already. How about something exciting going on in your business right now that you'd like customers to know about?
In the used car world, we have warranties. A lot of warranty companies out there, praise themselves and really add value. But the one company that we're with now, Omega, we've partnered with. I became friends with the owner, and he shared with me the family values that they have within their company, and it's transcended to their customer base. So it's one of the only warranty companies that cover, bumper to bumper coverage and up to and including catalytic converters and things that most warranty companies won't cover. And this company does that, and they're phenomenal, and I'm really excited about it because now it gives me a little more certainty that when we put a warranty on a car and a year or 2 years into it, somebody could come back and, do a claim on a vehicle and not have an issue, not have a problem with that claim getting taken care of or paid for.
Yeah, so that's good. This is kind of random in this series of questions, but I think we covered it already, but let's hit it again just for the ease of people getting a hold of you. What's the best way for them to contact you?
Usually just stopping by here or calling. I mean, it's I'm old school. I mean, yeah, we do emails and things like that, but sometimes, I'm not staring at my email. It's just easier to call either the shop here, which they can call at 609-989-0900, or if they see something on the website that they're anxious to see, they can call me on my cell, which is 609-273-5100.
Now we're going to jump back to your personal life here real quick. So from your childhood, what had the biggest impact on you? Was it a person that taught you something, or an event in your life?
Yeah, my parents. I mean, they basically told me, I had a couple of paper routes when I was younger, You know, and they basically shared with me that, you know, if you want things in life, you got to go out and work for it. So it kind of created the little hustle within me to not just have one paper route, but 2 or 3 paper routes. And getting up at 5 a.m. and getting those newspapers delivered, and on rainy days enrolling my father to come out with me, which wasn't exciting for him, but it was great. It gave us some time to bond, and you know, it created a little hustle mentality for me to you know, open my business and you know, be self-employed.
It's interesting. I had a similar upbringing. My father was a school teacher, high school Spanish teacher for many years, but he was also very entrepreneurial. So we would go out and buy houses, fix them up, and resell them.
Oh, wow.
That's what we do in the summertime.
Oh, cool.
Or painting, or we built several houses together from scratch. He'd buy a piece of land and we built a house.
Nice.
And then eventually he bought a deli,
Mm-hmm.
and then he bought a liquor store.
Oh, wow.
So for many years of my life, I worked in the deli, and you know, as I got older, I worked in the liquor store.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
great.
you know, small business, family business mindset. You
Yeah.
know, you don't stop until the job's done.
Sure.
You know, it's you. It's part of your life. It's
Yeah.
like a reflection on you.
Yeah, it's part of your identity, really.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you have a memory from your childhood that stands out to you?
Several memories, but I used to enjoy going down to the beach every weekend. My father had a motorhome that was 4-wheel drive, so we'd go to Island Beach State Park every weekend and just be on the beach all weekend. It was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hence your boogie boarding, body surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, my son and I love going down there now and doing that.
Is that where you
as
go?
often as possible. We actually go to Long Beach Island.
Okay.
Yeah. Love it down there.
That's cool. Here's a good one. When your life is over, how do you want to be remembered?
When my life is over, which hopefully will be quite far from now, and the way I'd want to be remembered is just a legacy of, you know, caring for people, having their best interests in mind, and doing the right thing on a regular basis, whether it be in my personal life or with this business, should I still have the business, because ultimately the goal with the business is to eventually sell it and, you know, let somebody else take what I've built and grow from there.
And I can attest to your willingness to do that. You know, Anthony helped my son out when he had a pretty bad car wreck, and he needed another car, and you helped us vet out a car that he picked up that, you know, got him back on the road.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
It's a nice car.
yeah, he's still driving it now, and the car is really holding up well.
Awesome. That's
Yeah,
great.
Definitely. Well, that pretty much wraps up the interview for today.
Okay, cool.
I appreciate you doing this.
Awesome. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So again, just give them the rundown on, this is Pinto Auto Group.
Yeah, we're located here in Trenton at 1018 Brunswick Avenue. The best way to get a hold of me specifically is my cell, 609-273-5100. You get my voicemail, please leave me a message, and we're here to serve. We're, you know, if you know a vehicle that you're looking for, I'm able to locate it. I mean, I have a vast variety of vehicles to choose from. We participate in an online vehicle exchange through the auction, so we have several vehicles that we can pick from. So, and we have financing available, a great warranty company that we're a part of, so it's the right spot. So come and see us.
Great. Just pause for a second. All right.
That's cool.
Thanks.
That was fun.
Not so bad, right?
Yeah, that was pretty